What's going on, family? It's your boy, Crazy Faith of God in the building. Let's go, let's go. Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a blessed night, a blessed Saturday. You already know we showing up no matter what it is, no matter what we're doing, we're actually showing up at nighttime, right? Straight out of work and getting to it, right? No exceptions, but let's dive in. Right. So today's topic is actually gonna be the test of looking back, right? The test of looking back, right? So you guys will always, get tested in a lot of areas in your life, right? And especially looking back, God will test you because think about it, right? If you're looking back, how are you going to be worthy for the promise, right? And also, it says it in the Bible, right? If you look back, then you're not fit for my kingdom, right? He says, if you look back, you're not fit for the kingdom, right? And if you can't carry the cross, right? If you can't pick up the cross and follow God, then you're not worthy of Him, right? So this is a test. This is a big test that I'm also coming aware of, growing, learning, and understanding. Like if you look forward, you're gonna see everything that's in front of you, right? And some of us are looking back, right? And I was once that person too. I was once that person that was looking back, that wasn't focused on where I was going, right? And what begins to happen is you begin to fall off. You begin to leave His presence. You begin to feel a sense of disconnection, a sense of less power, a sense of not the supernatural power, but just like a lower version of yourself, right? And this happens when you're looking back. You separate yourself because remember, God is in the present, moving forward to the future, right? The devil's in the past, going backwards to nowhere, right? And that's what the devil wants you to do. He wants you to look back and turn. So that's why God says, if you're not, if you're looking back, then you're not fit for the kingdom because you're going with the enemy. That's why you're not fit for the kingdom. And it's all making sense. It's all making sense, right? So we got to be strong enough, have that mindset, right? If we want to get to the promised land, if you want to get to your dreams and goals, then why are we looking back? If you want to get to the top, why are we looking the other direction, right? We got to keep this in mind. Some of us are doing this, and I used to do this too, and I wasn't aware of it. I was looking back, and I'm not aware, and I wasn't being aware of what it is doing, right? And as I begin to talk to God, and I'm like, figuring it out, like, okay, my steps, my actions, my thinking have to align moving forward. If I'm not moving forward, then I'm not. You're going to be stagnant and going backwards, right? So we got to get our minds focused forward and being aware and switching the drifting, switching the dysfunction, switching the disbelief, switching the negative chatter, right? We got to fix these little things in order for our minds to move forward so that way we could attract everything that God has for us. Right? Remember, God only blesses people who has the capacity to receive. Do you have the capacity to receive? Do you have the capacity to receive God's blessing and what He's about to do in your life? Are you emotional, spiritually strong enough to fulfill the goal, to fulfill the promised land? Are you worthy enough to fulfill the promised land and what He's trying to do in your life? Are you truly worthy of that? Because if you're looking back, you will never see the goodness of God. If you're double minded and double hearted, how are you going to ever see the blessings of God? Right? And he's looking at you like, wait, she's not fit, he's not fit, because we're doing these things. And we're wondering why we're not getting to where we got to get to, because we're not fixing the little things that he says to fix and that we know that he has to fix. Right? Some of us, right, are compromising, and we got to be aware of that, right? We got to be aware of that. We got to cut the compromising off. If you're compromising, then that means you're being double-minded and double-hearted. He can't bless you, right? He can't bless you, right? If he can't trust you, he's not going to be able to bless you. If you're double-minded, you would never receive the blessings of God because he cannot trust you. And that was once me until I understood, and now I'm fixing it. I've been fixed it, and now I'm moving forward. Okay, I got to come up higher in this area. Okay, bet. I got to make the adjustments, because if I do, then nothing changes. And everything that we want is on the other side of the change. And the change could be uncomfortable, but on the other side of that is the new version of you, and it's what you want. And it's the measuring up of his trust. That's what it's going to take, right? That's what it's going to take. Looking back is a test, right? You can't receive the new, right? You in the Ferrari, you in the Lambo, right? You trying to get to your destination. You trying to get to the promised land, right? If I'm doing this, right, how am I supposed to get to the promised land, right? I'm doing a buck 80, right, in the Lambo, right, and I'm doing this. What you think is about to happen? What you think? Boom, you gonna crash. We gotta be worthy. We gotta show that we can be worthy, and our words can hold the weight, right? We gotta make sure our words are measuring up to what we said on paper, right? We got to move forward. We cannot look back. There's nothing back there. It's death back there. You cannot look back. When you look back, you disconnect yourself from God, and it's just it's a regretful feeling, right? And some of us just needs to come up. I'm telling you, if you hold your word, you're gonna feel a better vibration and a change in your spirit, in your life, and you get to impact others as well. But you can't see that part if you're not staying faithful in the little things. You're not going to be able to see if you're not staying faithful in the little things, right? We got to do better, right? And if we are doing good, we got to do a lot better than what we're doing. We got to push ourselves. God says strive for perfection in everything you do. Who does that sound like? God. Strive for perfection in every little thing that you do. Even the small things, even your job, at home, whatever, right? We got to show God that we're worthy. All right, God, you trust me with this. I'm going to do the best job I can with this task right now because I'm doing it for you. I'm working for you. And by doing that, I earn the trust and the righteousness to go to the next level. It's all about trust and the ability to endure. Endure. I think I should do a video on that. The power to endure. Right? We got to be able to endure everything without complaining, no emotions. Right? That's what it's gonna take to make you stronger. Right? We're gonna save that for another day. But the power lies in the present moment, moving forward with God. That's where all the power is. That's where all the life is. That's where all the excitement is. That's where all the joy is. It's in the present moment. It's so much refreshing and so much fulfilling when we could just live in the present moment and not direct our attention to other places that drains us and that makes us feel less worthy of what God is trying to do in our lives. We can't keep falling and making the same mistakes because when will you ever learn if you don't correct it now? When will you ever learn from the mistake if you don't correct it now? What do you guys want to go to your 50, 80 years old making the same mistake? And come on. We got to do better than that. Not for us, but for the next generation to come. Right? We got to do better. We got to come up higher. God has given us the strength and the chances. He gave us so many chances to do right. We got to do it. Right? So I'm going to leave you guys with this. Right? I'm going to leave you guys with this. Looking back is a test. Are you going to pay that price over and over again? Because you know what that outcome leads to. You know what that outcome leads to. Or are you going to pivot and come up higher and be more valuable, more trustworthy in your word and what you wrote down on paper, what you told God? Are you going to stay solid and true to that? Or are you going to keep making the same mistakes and you know what's on the other side of that? Or are you going to turn the page and do something new with your life and move on and learn from the mistakes and come up higher and stronger for God? The choice is yours. Now it's all about action to move forward or to do the same thing and get the same results. With that being said, it's your boy Crazy Faith the God in the building, getting ready to exit. I hope you guys have a blessed and amazing Saturday night. I wish you guys nothing but peace, abundance, and joy, and that you guys could see through another lens, another focus, another dimension with God. Glory be to God. Let's go. Have a blessed night. Let's get it.